Let me call these suckers. Hello? Samsung. Hold up, hey, look, man. Y'all must still be mad. How you gonna send a player his phone without his free accessories? The whole point we pre-order is to get the $600 off with the trade-in joint. Then you gave me 200 and some change to get some accessories, which included my case. I got 2 leather cases from y'all. I need my Galaxy Buds Plus that match my phone. Come on, man. I see other people, they got they new Galaxy S20 with their accessories. Where mine's at, player? Y'all still mad? Man. Hey, look. Hey, let me tell you something. I got something to tell you, right? Don't send me my accessories. Anyways, y'all heard, baby. My S20 has landed, baby. Let's open this bad boy up and let's see what's inside. I mean, you already know. You see the title. You see which one I got. I've been preaching about this one being the best value, the best buy, and we're going to open it up together and experience it, set it up, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. My name is CJ. This is CJ Knows Tech. If you love Samsung, if you love Galaxy, if you love tech, you better hit that subscribe button right now. I ain't playing, I'll wait for you. I ain't unboxing nothing until you hit that sub button and that like button right now. All right, let's go. All right, player, let's open this up. Shake and shimmy, man. If you don't get up off of your Samsung, give me my phone. All right. There it is. Can you guys guess which color I have? I mean, the S20 should have given it away, but bam! Now, as you can see, I got the Aura Glow Note 10 Plus, so it's only right I get something that's similar. Now, this kind of has some of that Aura Glow in it, as you can see. Look at that. Woo-hoo! So it's only right I roll with the color and the flamboyance. I mean, black is boring, gray is boring, so I had to roll with the cloud blue. A player in the clouds right now. So S20 Plus on deck. Whew. What up, YouTube? Today we talking about why you should get an S20 Plus and not the S20 Ultra. My name is CJ. Let's get into it. S20 season. And these phones all released on March 6th as far as you being able to go to a retailer and pick one up. Now, if you did pre-order, the perk is you kind of get it a little early a lot of times. You know, Samsung be hooking it up. So I grabbed this S20 Plus. This is cloud blue, and I also got the cloud blue Galaxy Buds Plus, which Samsung didn't send yet. Y'all saw me, I had to hang up on them because those are supposed to come, and I had 2 leather cases. Why would I tell you get an S20 Plus when everybody's talking about the S20 Ultra? It's a lot of reasons. At the very end, I'm gonna wrap it all up into a nice, sweet conclusion, but let's get into, you know, the head-to-head points and the reasonable reasons. Number 1, price. Now, the S20 lineup this year is expensive. The S20, which is the smaller size with the smallest battery, is coming in starting at $999, which is $1,000. But the beauty about it is it basically keeps the same spec set across all 3 devices, except for a few things. So these devices aren't, you know, differentiated by much. A lot of it has to do with battery size, screen size, and then when you talk about the Ultra, it's camera. So these things are coming in at a premium. So you wanna be smart about your dollar when you're picking which one of these 3 to get. Now the S20 Ultra is smacking people upside the head at $1,400. If you got it, throw it, spend it, do what you gotta do. Ain't no hate, no shade here. Or if you just wanna get that one, do it. Like, a lot of people are gonna get it. A lot of people pre-ordered it. But I was like, you know, even from the event, having hands-on with it, using it, and then coming home, and just like, I wasn't moved to want a S20 Ultra. I feel like I can get the S20 Plus. Last year I got the S10 Plus. I could do this again. This is their upgrade to that, and I could feel the vibe. Basically, you're getting almost the exact same phone. Let's get into why. Now, when it comes to the screen size is the biggest difference from the Plus to the Ultra, but we're only talking about 0.2 inches. This is still a nice, big, usable screen. As a matter of fact, it's the best looking screen. All of these devices from Samsung always have the best screen. I was looking at all 3 of these devices, all of these Samsung devices. Yes, the Note 10 Plus, the Z Flip. I was just looking at the displays on them, and I took a photo, and then I picked up my iPhone, and it was just dull in comparison. You're not losing anything by getting a 6.7 inch as opposed to a 6.9 inch on the Ultra. So there's no benefit there, really. Yes, it's bigger, but how much bigger? Keep it real. Now, you're getting the Quad HD screen on all 3 devices. So whether you even go with the S20 or the S20 Plus, you're still getting the same screen performance. You're getting the 120 Hertz and full HD, so I could set that up on this device and have the same smooth refresh rate experience regardless of which S20 I grab. But obviously I could save the coin and get the Plus or the regular. Now the battery is where things differ, but you gotta remember, as the device gets bigger and costs more and the battery does get bigger, so does the screen, which is what sucks up the battery. So it's almost warranted. I'm pretty sure with a 4500 milliamp on the S20 Plus, I'm getting probably about the same, if not more performance and battery life. We're gonna test that and we'll see. I mean, I won't have an S20 Ultra to test, but I will be able to report to the S20 Plus's battery in comparison to the 5000 milliamp with the 6.9 inch. So I don't think the battery size is gonna throw out. This is just my assumption. Obviously, I'm gonna test this bad boy. I'm gonna see what type of screen on I get. Matter of fact, I gotta switch my SIM card from the Z Flip into here, which is hurting because the Z Flip is so fire. Now, when it comes to processor, man, it's the same processor, so you're not getting no benefit in processing with the S20 Ultra, man. Now, the one plus that you can get, you get 12 gigabytes of RAM on the S20 Plus, but you have the option. The 1400 model does not come to 16 gigabytes, but there's an option for 16 gigabytes, so you got to pay even more of a bag to get that. So really, for the 1400 price point, you're getting the same amount of RAM as this one right here. Everything else is across the board except for camera. And if you guys have been watching a lot of the reviewers, camera reviews, now yeah, Samsung has to release an update to improve it. The camera on the Ultra, it's not knocking my socks off. It's not the wow factor. The extra $200 in the whole price point from the S20 Plus to the S20 Ultra is all about camera. Yes, as far as zooming, you're getting a huge benefit. And also, in my last video when I told you why you should not buy a S20 Ultra, I mentioned something about the camera, saying that it wasn't physically 108 megapixels. It really is. Pixel binding is taking 9 smaller pixels and putting inside of a single pixel. So you got those 9 times 12. That's how you get the 108. My reason though of saying that it's not really 108 megapixels still stands. It's 9 megapixels shrunk down into the size of 1 megapixel. So you're still not getting that benefit. If it was a real 108 megapixel sensor, the benefits and the performance would be totally different as opposed to this pixel binding and so forth. So, I mean, a player was wrong a little bit, but I still think I'm right in questioning the S20 Ultra's camera. Like, I've been looking at footage from reviewers, I've been blowing it up, I've been looking, like, especially once it gets big and you get in there and you look at the true detail and true, like, it looks like using those cameras in the lower megapixel form, like the 12 megapixel camera, just using those shots is coming out better than the 40 megapixel and so forth. It's just, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that spending $200 more for that new camera technology that still has some kinks to be worked out and ironed out. Like, it's not perfected. You see, Samsung has to release an update. They need to get that whole new technology dialed in. And luckily for them, they gave it to some reviewers early who were able to put up footage and they were able to see, whoa, hey, it's not performing, which I'm real curious, Samsung. Really, when you was testing this joint, you didn't see the performance that everyone else is getting? So Samsung, you mean to tell me you test your cameras, right? You take photos with it, you take video, you hold it up to your face and you go record and you check the autofocus? I mean, there's no dual pixel autofocus in that camera. So autofocus performance is gonna be trash. Like, I bought a Canon G7X and I thought it had dual pixel autofocus, but when I found out it didn't have dual pixel autofocus, I understood why the autofocus was like so-so. It was fair, but it wasn't like great. But then I got the Canon M50, which actually had the dual pixel autofocus, and I was like, whoa. And then I ended up graduating to what I use now, which is the Canon EOS R. So yes, I'm a camera nerd, camera geek, and I'm gonna be a little more harsher when it comes to the camera performance, especially when you boasting 108 megapixels. The zoom part, I could care less. Now at 30x zoom, the S20 Ultra performs so much better than what the S20 Plus will give you. Like, the S20 Plus at 30x is looking like the S20 Ultra at 100x. All right, so something else I forgot to mention in regards to the camera. Number one, this selfie camera is like 40 megapixels, which is nuts. But here's the thing, the 108 megapixels and the 40 megapixel camera, you know, the pixel binding little get up, it's not always activated. You have to go into the menu when you get ready to use your camera and turn it on. And it's like in aspect ratio. So in essence, Samsung told you about all of these crazy specs on the phone, but when you get the phone and you use the phone, like if you are oblivious to how to change this camera in settings, you're gonna go off snapping photos thinking that you're using a 108 megapixel sensor when you're not. Or you're gonna think you're using a 40 megapixel selfie camera when you're not. You have to activate it. So that's real odd. I find that very, very weird for those to be the selling points of the S20 Ultra, yet you can't use it unless you turn it on. Now granted, yes, there is file sizes. They may come into play, and maybe Samsung didn't want you to blow through your storage and be like, yo, what is this? But if you bought an S20 Ultra, you should have gotten a nice size storage, and it's expandable. So if you get an S20 Ultra and you know you have those type of megapixels, if you don't understand that those come with a file size, I'm telling you now, and get you a expandable memory, man. Get you the 250. You probably need the 1 terabyte, whatever you could get, because I think you can expand it to 1.5 terabytes. There are benefits to that new sensor and that new technology, nevertheless, but it's not warranting the price hike or me paying the extended price when I could get all that I'm gonna experience on the S20 and the S20 Plus. The only reason I went with the Plus model over the smaller model is because I need that big screen, player. As much as big phones are pretty annoying and I prefer big phones to fold now, I'm still gonna go with the big phone, big screen, baby, because when I watch my content and when I put this AMOLED display to the test, I wanna see the beauty. I wanna see it in big, long, oh, that doesn't sound right. I wanna see it in big, beautiful Samsung display quality. You're basically getting the experience, the user experience, which is what matters most of an S20 and the S20 Plus without having to get the S20 Ultra. The Ultra is just the overhyped Samsung, you know, being the peacock, you know, when they spread their feathers and like, look what we can do over here and stuff. But I wanna beg to challenge Samsung to, as opposed to always doing crazy hardware and features, to really select a few things to dial in on and to make those things like superb. One thing I know is multitasking. When you multitask, especially as a human, you decrease your efficiency. So when you're doing more than one task at once, you can't do no one task perfectly. But if you focus on one task and you put a lot of, you know, concentration and effort on that one task or feature in this sense, then that feature becomes amazing. Yeah, I got an Apple Watch on, so what? Sue me. I ain't playing Galaxy Watch in the cut. Anyway, I think Samsung continue to have all of the great features, all of the great awesomeness that you offer, but take time to dive in on certain things like camera. Camera is a big thing in smartphones in today's world. Everyone's creating, everyone's using cameras, everyone shares our fondest moments via the camera. A focus on this is super important and it's gonna pay off. So let's improve it. I don't know what it's gonna take. I think it's more software than it is hardware, because you guys obviously have the hardware. And everyone puts the Gcam on their Samsung phone to take it to that next level. And then you look at it and you're like, whoa, I got it. Google ain't giving that up, obviously. So go create your own, Samsung. I'm gonna be reporting back though on the S20 Plus in a couple of days. I'm gonna fulfill you guys with that first 48 hour, you know what I mean? Let y'all really know how I like it, you know, how it compares, because I'm a Galaxy Note lover when it comes to Samsung devices and their phones. And it's hard to take a Note user from the Note, because the Note is the creme de la creme, it's the top of the top when it comes to Samsung. Their S devices are like their general public, their general user line device. It's more of the typical phone design, typical phone functionality. But it's, you know, spec'd out, it's a beast. I mean, 12 gigabytes of RAM, you know what I mean? Latest processor, the best displays always. So this thing is booming. But I just don't see why I need a S20 Ultra. You haven't sold me on the S20 Ultra, and I'm challenging you to sell me on it. I've watched the reviews from all of the great tech reviewers in the space. Respect to all of you guys. You guys did a great job. A lot of you did. Marquez did a phenomenal job in his video because he kept it 100% honest, and truthful. And that's all I can do when I review these reviews for you. When I review these reviews, what am I talking about, man? When I get these phones in my hand, y'all already know CJ No Tech is coming with that fire, baby. Smash that sub button so you don't want to miss any of this Galaxy content, because you know how I do, baby. I have fun, I'm real, I'm honest, I'm straight to the point. The S20 Ultra ain't it, man. Get the S20 Plus, save yourself some coin. Thank me later. Hello? Samsung, man, are y'all calling me to tell me that my pre-order stuff finna be shipped and actually get to me soon? Today, no. Man, look, man, I just made another video telling people not to get the S20 Ultra, so if y'all mad now, y'all finna be really pissed.
No, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop. No, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.